You want to talk bad movies with me for a minute?
Yes.
Do you like bad movies?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Love them.
bad movies is a broad term. There are movies that are just, they could have bad acting, they could have bad visuals, they could have a bad story. They could be bad almost on purpose and lean into them. Bad movies, honestly, can be very enjoyable. A lot of bad movies have cult followings.
The only one I was really upset about was The Grudge that we saw.
That is an example of another movie.
Terrible
the kind of movie we're going to talk
that
about
they
today.
Tried to make good.
Oh God, you're talking about The
Fucking
Grudge,
awful.
but you're also talking about exactly what we're here to talk about.
Texas Chainsaw 3D.
It is beyond the old saying, it's so bad it's good. It's just bad. Upsettingly bad. It physically makes me upset. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love leather. Look, you got the boy. Can't even show it. You got the boy on the arm. I own all the Blu-rays except one because I refuse to own this movie because it makes me that physically upset. So we wanted to talk about that. I feel like this movie came out when we started dating, and I remember seeing it, but I feel like you went to bed that night when I watched it.
Remember
'Cause I remember we had a couch right by my bed back then, and I remember watching it. And I remember the whole time thinking, like, I'm sure it's going to get better. You're just watching it, feeling like, God, we're halfway through this already. Cool. All right. Guys, it never got better. In fact, it got worse. It got worse and worse all the way up until the...
Do your thing, cuz.
I'm thinking of ways to break this movie down, too. Because I'm not doing a straight-up reaction to this. Nobody wants to sit through that. But I would like to talk about a lot of points. So I think the best way to go about it is really just to take this the same way we would review any movie, our 5 points that we usually use to rate a movie, and we can talk about this fucking movie. It's so bad. Oh, I took so many notes.
When we watched it?
You can't even see how many notes
my
I
God.
have.
Wait, did you put emojis
There's
in there
lots
too?
of laughing emojis, especially in the second half as things really go off the rails.
You wrote to yourself using emojis.
We usually would start with the acting and performances. It's not good. It's not good, but it's not like over the top terrible.
Right.
Any acting blunders in this movie has been done a million times worse in a million other movies. Maybe even in Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation. The movie has its main characters, they're fine. You get Heather, you get her cheating boyfriend and her kind of slutty friend, and like nobody's really memorable, no one's like great, or no one's killing it in this movie. But they're all fine. Like enough, I would probably go middle of the road, give this movie a 2.5 on acting. But then like there's the whole town. There is the mayor. The cool, but no. 1 out of 5.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was one time. And I had like 18 kamikazes. Come on.
Let's move into the story real quick because not even real quick because this is the biggest problem with this movie is the fucking story. First off, the timeline.
Yeah, we were trying
No
to figure it out.
goddamn sense. Everyone's trying to figure it out to this day. This movie came out in 2013, 40 years after the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre took place in 1973. Found out apparently, I didn't even really realize it because they really do work hard to not even mention years in this movie. Like even when there's like headstones, there's brush over it. They all say August 18th, which the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, August 18th, 1973. Kind of obscure that, but apparently I read from multiple pages that they updated it without even making a huge deal out of it. Maybe it was in the newspaper article she's looking at to be 1979 instead of 1973, which still doesn't help it make any goddamn sense. Why?
I don't know.
It doesn't fix anything because the problem is you get your whole opening scene. It picks up where the original left off. They bring in some extra characters, like extra family members that weren't there. They bring in the angry towns. There's a big shootout. It's kind of dumb. I get what they wanted to do. It's almost like how Halloween Kills went back to that original Halloween night. but with absolutely zero effectiveness that Halloween Kills had doing it.
Right.
All they did was color grade the footage a little bit browner, and we're supposed to like, all right, it's the same day. It was nice seeing Pretty Woman Leatherface there for a minute, even though it was like a super clean mask and stuff, but it was nice seeing that for a split second. It was like the best part of the movie, the opening credits where they recap the first movie, and then I get to see that for 2 seconds. And we get the baby is rescued essentially from the family that this whole town murders. That girl is Heather, who is our main character, who we meet in the next scenes, modern day, 2012, 2013 when this movie came out. But she's like 20. This is 40 years after the events of the first movie. She should be, even if they updated it to 1979, another 6 years, she would still be like 35. She's clearly not. And they just don't fucking care. They don't mention it. The whole movie, everybody from the beginning to the end, aged 40 years apparently, even though they all look like a couple of years older. You're not 40 years older than you were. You were already near 40 when you shot up this family. It makes no sense. Oh, God. The story. You can go on about this story a lot. What was your favorite aspect of the story? Me too. Nothing. The whole thing they do from the very beginning, they kind of make this thing about the Sawyers and the family bond. There was more family themes in here than in Dominic Toretto's Wet Dreams.
Where was Vin Diesel?
Where was Vin Diesel? Because the only people that care about family more than the Sawyers would be him. Except for the fact that they were going to just turn in Leatherface to the people before the town comes to, yeehaw, shoot it up. Fucking stupid. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I'm so upset.
So funny.
Yeah, so they're pushing this whole family theme, which Heather doesn't know. She finds out she's adopted, and then her grandma died, and I got a house, and she goes down, and some asshole sees all 6 of these people. They got to pick up a hitchhiker on the way, because that's an old trope. And hitchhikers and hanging people on hooks, like that's Texas Chainsaw, so they just do that. Cool. And then they leave the hitchhiker in their house alone. They're like, all right, bye. We're going to go to town and just leave this stranger in my new house. But it was it was the lawyer. He's an asshole who said, here, he knew Leatherface was in that house, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, all 6 of you young adults, go in that house.
Have fun.
Read this letter. I'm sure you're going to be so eager to read this letter and know how to handle a psychopath. And anyway, she kind of figures out as Leatherface murders all of her friends one by one, that, oh my God, that's my cousin.
How'd she figure that out?
Because there were boxes brought in at the.
Oh, that's right.
At
That's
the
right. Okay.
she
And then
got to
she's
see
like,
files,
murderers.
and then she finds out that the town murdered the Sawyers, and so yeah, she's all upset. Murderers flips real quick.
After the Sawyers murder
Innocent people
lots
and eat
of
them because they're
people
cannibals.
Right.
Also, the fact that
How
she
dare
literally
you.
watched this man murder her friends, like literally watched him murder them in front of her. But now she's on his side because this town's evil. They tried to make Leatherface like an anti-hero, and the town's evil. And sure, the town sucks, but the town sucks doesn't mean you watch some dude murder your friends and then you realize we're cousins, and then you help him murder people.
Right.
Because that's essentially what happened. And what was the worst final act of a movie I think I've ever seen, where the last 2 guys who are ready to fuck up Leatherface and kill him, and then she, dude, I just play it. Just that's that scene. Let's just play that scene real quick here.
You remember me?
Also that
That
part.
fucking part. What?
Wait.
Came back. Let's go down and tell you, motherfucker, just like your daddy.
Hey! Hey! Do your thing, cuz.
That was something.
Oh, thank God, Hooper! Shoot her! Oh, shoot her!
I'm dead inside. Like, I'm so dead inside when this movie
Do
came
your
out.
thing, cuz.
Do your thing, cuz. It's so infuriating. Like, I'm not even joking the amount of Because some people come at me and they're like, obviously, the Next Generation is the worst Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Next Generation doesn't make me feel this physically angry at a fucking movie. It is dumb.
Do you think?
1 out of 5.
It's so funny.
I'm assuming you're agreeing with me. Visual aesthetics is the other problem in this movie. Again, Leatherface like looks cool, whatever, but some of the deaths, the murders are cool. I'll give them that. The couple effective jump scares, sure, whatever. Though this movie never feels scary or gritty in any real way. Like they'll have a few shots where it'll be real bloody, or him cutting a finger off and all, but other than that, it all feels very not gritty, nothing. It doesn't feel very real at any moment to me. Some of the chases are cool as well. Leatherface, again, everything with Leatherface himself is fine in this movie. It's everything around him that is fucking stupid. Also, I don't know if we've harped on it much. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D, which is annoying. We're getting to the carnival. I'll say the best for last. There's 3D movies that have done it worse, but it doesn't help at all. From the opening title sequence where it cuts up to some of just the most ridiculous moments. People are haunted by the carnival scene of Leatherface getting shot at, turning, frisbeeing his chainsaw right at the screen for that big oh shit moment, and then he gets up and Leatherface fucking Batman ran away into the woods. Cool. Some of them are effective, like when she was in the coffin, great. But that moment, are you kidding me? I mean, even just like the fire effects in the beginning during the house burning down, the meat grinder. This should have felt so much more effective and dramatic.
You could probably do that way better in After Effects.
And the sheriff's just cool because, you know what, you won. All right, fair is fair. He never does shit.
Yeah.
He just
the
lets
town
whatever
people
happen.
Are really annoying.
He sucks too. So I
But
get
also,
I get the concept here of trying to make that work. Like the story in your head, like, oh, well, the town's actually shitty. So Leatherface, we can get behind him or something. But it doesn't work. They did not do this right at all. It is so shit. 1 out of 5. Entertainment value. 1 out of 5. I'm not entertained. I'm physically angry. I've watched this movie once when it came out. I've thought about it in anger ever since. I watched it again to make this video / review / whatever the fuck this is. And I may never watch it ever again. I'm not going to own it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't even know. Like I said, just going back to the story and all, just from the made-for-TV look and aspect of anything to do with the mayor.
it really does seem like it should have been just on Sci-Fi.
It does. The story that goes nowhere, it makes no sense. They just don't try. Like, everybody's just, everything in this movie is the most underwhelming thing. And I want to like it because I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre fucking nailed it. And then they came out with this 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys are assholes. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. I know making a movie takes a lot, but this movie sucks. And it upsets my heart and my soul. Overall.
1.
Yes. Only because that is the minimum. I should have made it 0. But those are the rules. I'm
I
not
just like
changing
listening
it now.
to you bitch about it
No.
because it's funny.
I want to end this though with just a couple highlights. There aren't any. No, I'm just kidding. It's not very long. All right, I did write down a couple positive. I know this video, the rating part's pointless. I could have just came out and just said, hey, it's 1 out of 5 stars. You all agree? You all know it. We all know it. But I decided there are some things that aren't so bad, which is what makes this movie even worse, is that there are some parts that you could see. Like I said, Leatherface himself, I like it. It's the same. It feels like the same Leatherface from the original. His characteristics. He did get a little Norman Batesy in there with digging up his grandma. Was it his grandma?
Yeah,
Whoever
it
it was.
did.
He dug her up. But the way he chased them down in the car and everything, like, it felt very Leatherface. That was good. Some of the kills he did were really cool. Well, not really that cool. Like, they were gnarly. Like, they weren't unique. There was nothing unique. A lot of hook hanging, like I said. A lot of a hammer over the head. That's what he does. It's a lot of the same stuff you've seen him do, just a new way. And a couple of those shots were all right, even if they were predictable. There were a couple jump scares in there that were effective too. You see it coming a mile away, but they were effective enough, I guess. Like, it's hard to come up with positives to say about this movie, but I didn't want to be as just completely negative, even though this movie upsets my soul. Have I said that? This might be my least favorite movie ever. You did bring up The Grudge. I hated The Grudge. What movie makes you as angry as Texas Chainsaw 3D makes me? Because I've been thinking about doing more of these. I wanted to watch more bad movies that just are that bad. 3D movies, throw them out. They don't work. They always look stupid at times, no matter what you do. I did hear also that the original writers or the original people who came up with this movie wrote it for it to take place in the 90s, so the timeline would make sense, and they just threw that shit out. Well, obviously we did this because the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre is on Netflix now. It's out now. Depending on when you're watching this, our reaction review are either out now or coming in the next day or two. So check that out. Let us know what other movies are awful, and if we should, I wouldn't mind delving into some more terrible movies. Like,
I love
truly
bad
terrible movies. That's it, though. That's the last time I'm watching that movie. Hopefully, the new movie. I have hope.
I'm excited
I'm
for that.
very excited. I have hope that that will be good. There's no way it could be this bad, right?
Right?
There's no way it could be this bad. I hope. Oh my God.
So nervous.
If it is. Oh, that's it. That's it for this one, I think. Like this video, subscribe to the channel for all those reasons. Fuck this movie. Until next time. Bye.